Hey, what's up, Rob? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another wonderful day in the stock market. Yesterday, market rebounded quite nicely, came up pretty high, and today we have what looks like another potential rebound in the market. I know we went into correction here the other day, but waiting for the fourth day for a potential follow-through day. Don't have one quite yet, and we'll see what happens. Let's take a look at our actionable list. We got Twilio trying to go to highs, SE moving up into highs. MDB, which was a great stock yesterday, working today. Paylocity good. Match.com good. Docu good. Hack trying to come back. SIVB trying to come back. INS tight. INSG trying to break that top declining trend line very quickly from the lows to the top of the trend line. That's pretty good. Atlassian looks good. MKC holding very tight up here towards the highs. Still unable to break out though. Roku holding up there too. Micron lower. Acacia lower. So mostly green today, guys. Zelenik coming way down. I heard there was good earnings out of Walmart. That's what IBD told me this morning. Let's go check them out. Dow Giant rises on strong earnings. Stocks open higher as these two Dow Giants rally on strong earnings. There we go. Walmart and Cisco. So Walmart's probably one of the predominant China importers, you would think, right? Everything in freaking Walmart's made in China. I think the Walmart sign's made in China. Actually, with looks like a very awkward and large cup and handle. 26% lower. Maybe trying to have an early breakout on some earnings today. Volume so far is pretty good. You can see it's already pretty much average. Only 21 minutes into the trading session. Holding up there pretty good. So maybe they're thinking tariffs aren't so scary. And next one up is Cisco, which is probably getting a boost on the tariff news because I don't know if Cisco stuff is actually made in China. It may still be made in China, but maybe they have the ability to. I don't know what they have the ability to do. Amazon and NetEase help bolster open. Oh wow, Amazon up almost 2% right now. Nice bounce off that 50-day moving average. That's good. NetEase right back up as well. KEM jumped on earnings news. Beyond Meat. Not quite an IPO base out of Beyond Meat. This may be buyable. This right here. You're up 7.5%, a little bit extended. Technically, you want to be within 5% of a buy point. That could be an IPO buy point right there. It only formed for about a week or so it's a little bit short from the time criteria, but it still could work. And IBD is calling Amazon a cup and handle. Right there, they're calling this a cup and handle. 36% deep cup. And there's your handle right there, that 1 week. You only need 1 week to form a handle. Interesting. Okay, then they talk about a follow-through day. Huh. Oh, they're calling 85.55 on Beyond Meat and IPO base. Buy point. They're calling that right there a buy point on Beyond Meat. Yeah, markets seemed to come back pretty good yesterday. I will say the volumes were lower on the indexes, but as you can see, we tend to have smaller volume on the rally days than on the down days. Well, keep in mind the tariffs that were initially put on the Chinese goods wasn't nearly as broad as the second round of tariffs, and the second round of tariffs only went into effect last Friday. So it's not like this quarter's earnings report for this quarter or whatever date it's from. It didn't affect the stock. Now, again, if you listen to the earnings report, if you listen to the earnings conference call, they can probably tell you a little bit more about tariffs. So we can probably try to Google that. Amazon earnings and tariffs. See if they have something going on there. Yeah, so yesterday Trump announced he was going to delay the tariffs on automobiles. That's one of the reasons why we rallied so hard yesterday. Amazon earnings. All right, thank you, James. What's up, Justin? Gonna get the power hour try? Okay, that's cool. It's slightly awkward. Yeah, I gotta do it when I gotta do it. But you can watch the replay. So, all right, let's check out my main list here. VFF coming off those lows quite nicely. That's not bad after earnings. Let's check out VFF. It's still not quite buyable. It came up from a low entry area. Looks like it just broke out this morning, actually. See my trend line right there. Earnings were 16 cents, which look pretty good, but what are they actually? VFF has a 99 relative strength rating, 72 composite rating. This is a marijuana growing company. EPS changed last quarter 600%. 2 quarters of EPS acceleration. 160% EPS change current quarter. Revised lower. Earnings surprise were 400%, which is good. Sales only 8% rise. Pre-tax margin still negative 5.1%, which is weird because they posted a profit. %32 debt to equity, which isn't bad. And 35% change in funds owning stock. That's significant. No other news coming out of this thing today, but it is trying to rally over the 50-day moving average and through a lower level consolidation. So VFF potentially getting back up here towards the 18 level. Not doing too bad at all. Let's see what the Don says about tariffs this morning. No. Nothing substantive. Tesla not looking great. Let's take a look at Tesla. Another 2% today. Yeah, just continuing selling off in that name. Not very good at all. All right, so there's VFF. VFF looking pretty good. QE, no major buying structure there. NetEase Beyond doing good. MDB looking better. Hard to buy in face of a correction, but some of these stocks almost look like you want to do that. Twilio going right there towards highs. New high 142.29 for Twilio. That's good. Yeah, Justin, cryptos are cooling off a little bit. I took a peek at them this morning. Here's our first test of what kind of market we're in. You never do know until you get confirmation, so. EEFT new highs. Docu, trying to find an entry point. Yeah, that just depends on the name and really how the behavior behaves at certain points. Trade Desk SSNC. Match.com right into new highs. Looks like it's not really waiting for anything. Quite a bit of good volume days there. Paycom looks like it wants to continue a larger rally. IAC may want to go too. Oh, good day for GPN. Look at that. Look at that weekly chart, man. That's ridiculous. SIVB. Maybe if the market's going to bounce here, this kind of finding a low looks like there's a trend line right there. This may be a decent place to try to bottom buy some SIVB. Could make a run back up towards this trend line at a minimum. Yeah, so it's kind of right in between, right near a trend line right here where it could possibly get some traction. Yeah, bounce up to like 248 or something. That's not too bad. That's not too bad if we get a nice bounce right here. If the market continues a little bullish, SIVB kind of at a hit a bottom, breaking through trend lines. That could be good right there. I think I'm going to check on IBD's IBD 50. Of course, I know it's Thursday, so check out some sector leaders. I had ServiceNow still buyable. That was a week ago. Don't think it's still buyable. Yes, James. You can do better. Don't get upset. All right, I'm back. SIVB entering wave 3. They're now Elliott wave experts. That's interesting. Auto Home, they're saying has a cup and handle with a 118 buy point. What happened to earnings are decent. Highs on 5/8. That's on this earnings report right here. He's really good. Yeah, yeah, he's very good. I do like Gil Morales. Yeah, he does. I've got one of his books actually. He used to run money for William O'Neill, who started Investors Business Daily. O'Neill um, has had several fund managers over the years, and Trade Like an O'Neill disciple. I was just looking at the book. Yeah, no, I like Gil Morales. He does talk a lot, which is good. Which otherwise, there's very few people out there putting out really good information, and he's one of them. Much better, much better. Good job. So, yeah, let me see. Why is he not on my Twitter feed here? Search for Twitter. I can't find him. You got his Twitter handle there, Michael? I just want to double check that. His handle's Gilmo Report. Yeah, it's Gilmo Report. Oh, there we go. Oh, how come I don't follow him? That's dumb. No, he's good though. Yeah. What's he saying? So far, look like a shortable gap up in Walmart. Yeah. Him and I will probably see very similarly. We'll probably see things very similarly on many charts, many issues. I try to be an O'Neill disciple. He actually is an O'Neill disciple. So it looks like he has an SQQQ long, which is short the Nasdaq. Yeah, I would almost follow that position on him. Wow, he's not a Trump fan. Did not know that about him. Oh, see, here's Gilmo. It says the auto tariffs that were postponed yesterday were on European auto imports and did not include anything from China. That was not clear at the outset, but not clear why such a move with Europe would trigger a big rally. So this could be a sucker's rally. Let's see what he says about. Yeah, he's good stuff, man. Yeah, let's go through some Gilmore report stuff. He's good. He's good. So here we go. Expand your methods, expand your mind, expand your profits. Any fool can see that 62.50 buy point is a lot more proper than an 85.45 buy point. Undercut and rally. Okay. I need to tell you that proper buy point for TWs at the peak price at the left side of the pattern, which they always do. The true proper buy point on the U and R setup, huh? Sucker move failed immediately. All right, let's take some notes. I like learning new stuff. And up and under. Haven't heard that exact term before. I don't know if that's in his book or not. Unless he's just chopping up the rhetoric to get people into his report, which could work. He's usually not very aggressive. Doesn't call things dumb and things like that. So up and under setup. So base and an undercut. Yes, QQQ looks good for going long, doesn't it? He's talking a lot. TNX going to lower prices. Talk about Bitcoin climactic run ready to sell off. Looks like it started or finished this climactic run. May 14th. I want to see what he puts in. Anyway, yeah, good stuff from Gilmo. Yeah, very active on Twitter. Cool. Good stuff. For some reason I wasn't following him. All right, so what we got here? Twilio up 5%, trying to go towards highs again. MDB continuing with this large rally. Looked good yesterday, looks good today. Volume pretty good. Payscity new highs. Trade Desk trying to get back up towards recent highs. Match.com all-time highs.
Okay, I found this on the web for new hype.
SE new highs. We're having quite a few new highs here today. I will say that. I will say that. We'll see if it's able to sustain or not. The NASDAQ up 0.84%. Rallying through the top of the channel. Our SIVB breaking further through that channel. Amrin. Still sitting up here with a very large basing structure. So far finding support at that should be a 40-week moving average right there. Yep, 40-week moving average. So it's equivalent to the 200-day moving average on AMRN. So bouncing off that is actually pretty bullish. Volume isn't tremendous though. You'd like to see a little bit more volume. Take-Two Interactive looking pretty good this morning. MKC looks like it's squeezing here. It's trying to exit the squeeze point. Not a lot of volume, but it maybe we'll have a rally at some point. This thing isn't typically prone to huge jumps except for on earnings. Huge gap on AMRN. This one here, I don't remember off the top of my head. I think this is a drug maker, I believe, so it's probably like a phase 3 trial beat or something like that. This is a pharmaceutical company, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but that's a huge gap and go signal, then a massive base on top of that. So just trying to keep an eye on it, make sure we don't lose it. Roku still looks healthy. NVIDIA, Hexo, GPK. GPK holding the lows here of this gap, or should I say the lows of the gap day. Pretty good stuff right there. Could easily get back up here. Only a few percent, but maybe gets back up towards 14 if we're lucky. That wouldn't be too bad. Hold on a sec. All right. And Nasdaq going for it here. Almost 1%. Very early in the trading session, too. This is almost looking like a shortable event. 3-day rally. Last time we had in the beginning throws of the bear market, we would end up with 5 6-day rallies that would eventually fail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the 8th day we failed here. So like I said, these bear markets, this is why it's difficult to short, and you should short higher, not lower. Because this rally right here, this may be a shortable rally if you're interested in shorting the market. I'm not really of that mindset, so at least not right now. Maybe I'll change my mind. I don't know. I gotta have a little bit of fun. But yeah, we'll see what happens up here. We'll see if things start to stall or fail. But I will say so far, some of these moves look pretty good. Very similar. There's Coop. Yesterday was an all-time highs. Today again an all-time highs. Earnings coming up. Oh, a couple of weeks. Plenty of time for that thing to have a little run. TNA, ZTO, Carvana, Paycom, DBX, or Pace. Yeah, it is. Okay, it is Paycom. Massey rocket into new highs. Don't know much about Massey. UTWOU. I should probably do a little bit more research on some of these names I don't know. Match.com, just super good. I used to be fairly heavy in Match. Very true, babe. Very true. Met my wife there. Yeah, somehow let that thing slip away from me. Here, Glog, EEFT, new highs, ABMD, Urban, Melicabra, Chegg. Interesting base going on here. 16%. You could argue that's a flat base. 15% is the typical criteria, but 16 is not too far away. IAC also trying to run into highs. Melly, DocU with a base here as well. 16%. Again, another one that could qualify as a flat base. Doesn't have a lot of trading history. Looks like we IPO'd way back here just about a year ago. Had an IPO base here, tried to rally higher, did, and failed another rally attempt, and now we have a base structure here on DocU. .5G China dispute good for INSG. Maybe that's why they're getting a good rally out of this. I'm actually not quite sure where their stuff is manufactured. You can try to Google it. INSG manufacturing, which no one else talks in stock, so probably won't work very well. So they have earnings. Let's see if they say tariffs. Oh, go away. Oh, Seeking Alpha? I've already got a Seeking Alpha account. There we go. They don't mention tariffs at all. Maybe China? No, they don't mention China at all too in the earnings report. Oh, it's 12 pages. Okay, here we go. In the fourth quarter, we moved contract manufacturing to Foxconn in Taiwan to achieve greater scale, meet the technical requirements of our generation of products, and eliminate future potential tariff exposure. So maybe he has a potential. Their manufacturing is in Taiwan instead of China. So there you go. Man, Foxconn is huge. Massive. NASDAQ going for it here, 1%. My MDB working very well. Paylocity, all-time highs, match all-time highs. Trade Desk SE may get going. Looks like it's already poking its head out there. You can see nothing major, but earnings next week. Atlassian here, looking very bullish. Teams in the IBD 50. Stocks just out of bases. Number 1 is Atlassian. Well extended after reclaiming 10-week line. They're not calling any of these bases. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're not calling this a base at all. And not too many bases in the market as of right now. Melly, ABMD. Good jumping around, Melly. Adobe. No, not much going on there. Fortinet down at the 200-day moving average. That could be an interesting little entry point. With a fairly well-defined stop loss there of about 4.6%. I kind of like that. Maybe come and fill the gap back to 90. Let's look at the weekly chart here. Coming back and undercutting the handle there is not bad. Not bad at all. May pause at the 50-day moving average though too. So that's interesting. FIVN looks like finding support at the 200-day moving average right here as well. There's the 40-week moving average. Find support there, so that could be a potential run up to highs. Got 12% there to 56. Okay, GPN already going. Atlassian. PayPal. Wow, what are you doing, PayPal? Definitely not going to be 3 weeks tight. I guess you could loosely define PayPal as a 3 weeks tight pattern, which it's just breaking out of right now. That'd be a fairly loose definition, but it would still qualify. IBD 50. Where the hell is it? I swear IBD search sucks. Big cap 20. The hell? Why are they highlighting Facebook.com when I type in PayPal? You suck. Big cap 20, number 8, PayPal. Let me just go straight there. There we go. 18% past entry. Recently hit 20% profit taking zone for PayPal. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here today. We'll see if this market rally continues or not. If not, this would be probably a pretty good place to maybe short it if we're going to continue lower. Out of this, we are having some decent stocks, having some good moves, however. Like my buddy here, MDB, rocking it. I mean, there's quite a few good names here having good moves. And also other names with not so good moves. Skyworks must be China-based. So maybe we're seeing a market with two faces here, the China-facing market and the non-China-facing market. So maybe there's a possibility that they're just rolling money into stocks that don't have a lot of Chinese exposure, even in the same industry groups. That could be something as well to look at. I'll take a look at that later. But I got to run. Thanks, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day.